So Man of Steel will be the fourth new movie released in the DCU under DC Studios CEO James Gunn and Peter Safran, starring David Cornsweet, Nicholas Hoult, Rachel Brosnahan, and Lars Endinger. The film will pit Superman and Lex Luthor. It will pit Superman and Lex Luthor together as unlikely allies against a much larger threat. Brainiac threatens the Earth's safety. Man of Tomorrow will debut in the theaters on July the 9th, 2026. So I can't wait for July the 9th, 2026. That's a date not to be missed. So definitely that we have to mark that down into the calendar because that's really, really good. And I'm going to be looking forward to that. And I don't know about him. I don't really know if I like the whole idea of uh, Superman teaming up with Lex Luthor, but let's see how that plays out. And so, so thus far in the DC, Belle Reve has been the main prison used for violent and dangerous criminals. The main cast of 2001's Suicide Squad all spent time in this facility, and Lex Luthor was notably sent there at the end of Superman before his scene with Rick Flag in Peacemaker Season 2. While some non-human characters have spent time in Belle Reve, Van Call may be used to house villains that need more than what a typical Supermax prison can offer in terms of security and protection. As of writing, the only major villain confirmed in Man of Tomorrow is Brainiac, but he could certainly look to a place like Van Call for allies in its battle against Superman and Lex. I know that there will be other bad guys, definitely, because in the first one it shows you that there's bad guys all over the place. Yeah, and even Metamorpho was kind of bad in a way, even though he was a ransom. Yeah, he still played a bad guy role in a way until he turned out to be more than what we thought it was. So, yeah, so so they're bringing up this Van Kull place like it's a place that's gonna be something to expect coming up in the new Superman movie. So they say although plenty of details are still left to reveal, expect this movie to be just the first of many times Van Kull pops up in the greater universe as new heroes and new villains begin to show up and play a role alongside this facility and its inmates. That's cool. So we learn about a prison as that's more supermax than a supermax, yeah. So Belle Reve is one of them supermax places, and basically this place now is for like even more high power beings, I expect. So yeah, that's what's going on in terms of that. And yeah, really look forward to Superman movie anyway, man, because the part one is just laid on a really solid foundation, and I can't wait for more. So we're still on the direct, and the new DCU first project just offered a wild look at Wonder Woman on screen, which is this sweet image right there. That's a sweet image right there. I like that. Very, very good. That's cool. Love that. So that's that image right there, and so DC gave fans a particularly surprising look at Wonder Woman from the upcoming DCU reboot. It's been a disappointing couple of years for Diana Prince after the confirmation that Gal Gadot will not reprise her role as Wonder Woman in the new DCU. Yep, I was a bit burnt by that because I'm not gonna lie to you that Wonder Woman one, first Wonder Woman movie, yeah, that is amazing, yo. That is so sick, and she done the most amazing save in superhero history when she saved the class from the class from that assassin, yeah, who was just not nice, yeah, and he fired off a load around, and she saved them with her by deflecting the thing, and it was so amazing, man. It's so good. But anyway, and the follow up was so disappointing. But let's just continue a little bit and keep on track with some of this news. So, however, even though Gal Gadot will not reprise her role as Wonder Woman in the new DCU, but however, following her portrayal in the DCEU, a new actress will take over the iconic character as James Gunn and Peter Safran build their new universe. As of writing, fans are still waiting to find out when this universe princess of Themyscira will make her official debut alongside DC's other top names. So DC Studios shocked fans with a first look at Wonder Woman. So at the end of the latest episode of Creature Commander Cheers to the Tin Man, a teaser for next week's episode was included, with a captured Cersei showing Waller and her squad the apocalyptic future she was trying to prevent. This new teaser show more dead superheroes like David Cornsett's version of Superman, including Wonder Woman, impaled on spikes, Diana's iconic Terra. It's even given extra prominence in the foreground, splattered in blood. So basically, I want to say something right here. Where have I seen this image before, with all the heroes there being you know, like they're on stakes and stuff. And if you look there, you can see Wonder Woman Terra right there showing up, and they're all on spikes and stuff. But here's one thing that I'd like to add, yeah. I don't want to see them on spikes. I've seen it before. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to give James Gunn some props. Still, I've seen it before with that nightmare dream thing. You know, where Superman is flying up and he's holding Batman's cowl, and then he's firing up his eye, and it's just everyone is gone. So I've seen it before. I've seen it before, and I've seen it in a video game already as well. So this image ain't really that new in a way, you know what I mean? But I guess it's DC, so it's along the same line. Alongside then are other heroes, as seen in the footage above from left to right. Millie Alcock, Supergirl, Isabella Mercedes, Hawkgirl, Booster Gold, Wonder Woman, and Damian Wayne. So here's that photo, which is, look at that. Nah. You know what I mean? So we've seen stuff like this where it's like a dark future for our heroes and stuff like that. But yeah, I've seen those images before, but you know it's DC, so DC tend to get dark sometimes. So unlike Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, this version isn't sporting a gladiator skirt, but her classic star-spangled briefs, which is really, really cool. I like that a lot. I like the star spangled briefs. That's as good. However, it's unknown if this will reflect our final design in the DCU, since this is still just a version from Cersei. So the questions are here: when will she join the DCU in full? While this tease of Wonder Woman in the DCU is certainly exciting, Creature Commandos is far from likely to introduce her as a fully fledged character. For the time being, there are no definitive signs when that will become a reality. So, and then there's a little bit more to read. So, chapter 1 was Gods and Monsters will deliver the Paradise Lost series and Max. And then a story exploring the earliest days of Themyscira, which I like Themyscira. I like in that world. Loved it in the Justice League Snyder Cut. That is the best thing I've ever seen. That is so good. Yeah, those Amazonians put down a hell of a fight. It was amazing to watch. Um, this this show will help to establish the woman-led island nation as a world power, and it should tease Diana's origin story within the new DCU as well. As of writing, no rumors are pointing to who may be cast as DCU's Wonder Woman. Outside of David Cornswell's Superman and Aaron Perez Green Lantern, none of the core Justice League uh, characters have actors attached to them. All of that said, there could still be room for a Wonder Woman solo project with more than half of one chapter still being kept secret from the fans. This means more Wonder Woman news will potentially be on the way shortly, especially considering how popular the character still is. The DC is currently kicking off with Creature Commando Max before Superman arrives in the theater on the 11th of July. Oh, oh yeah, this is old news anyway. So they're talking about the Creature Command. So that it bring me back down into 2025. So hopefully, yeah, because I was looking into the news, so we're looking right back. We're looking right back. So since 2024, we haven't really heard anything too much. So because that's all the old stuff. That's all the old news I'm kind of digging up on Wonder Woman just to get something. But yeah, it is good to see that is continuing. And I read back some stories from October from 2025, and I read some from 2024 as well. So I want to go into like more of what's going on, more up to date. So let's get. So I try to scrape everything that I can scrape from 24, 25. I know we're going to go to 2026, and we'll talk a little bit more about stuff. Let's keep reading as we want to see how the development got along from 24, 25 to 26. So it says a team up between a DCU duo as iconic as Batman and Wonder Woman should always feel epic and worthwhile. After all, The Dark Knight and the Princess of Themyscira are two of the biggest superheroes of all time. However, it feels pretty safe to say that their brief appearance working together in the Flash first act m- left much to be desired. That's true. That's true. Did not like it. Like superhero stuff, but did not like it. So, while none of the last DCEU films had a handful of dynamic moments, The Flash was widely panned overall. Unfortunately, Batman and Wonder Woman shared scene involving the lasso of truth was not well liked, as it was largely played for comedy rather than being something of substance. Compared, compared to 2020 to the 2023 movie, Batman and Wonder Woman's new team up in the comics is a much better execution. After the lasso of truth is stolen in Gotham City, it only makes sense that Batman and Wonder Woman would join forces to get it back in a brand new issue from DC Comics, while also forcing Bruce Wayne to face a challenging truth with help from Diana herself. Set in the aftermath of Batman Hush, Joseph Loeb and Jimmy Cheung new Batman Wonder Woman Truth #1 picks up at a fascinating point in Bruce Wayne's life. Despite having just revealed his identity to Catwoman during the events of Hush, Batman then chose to keep Selina at an emotional distance As such, it's that tension that plays directly into this issue, central conflict with the Dark Knight and Wonder Woman's brand new team up. After Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth is stolen from a Gotham charity exhibition, things quickly get out of hand. Initially, it was revealed that Batman orchestrated the theft by asking Catwoman to steal the lasso to test the building's security, signaling to Diana that Bruce still has feelings for her. However, things spiral with Harley Quinn's surprise intervention when she steals the lasso from Selina. Naturally, the Joker isn't far behind either, resulting in a major showdown for the lasso. Even though Wonder Woman gets exposed to the Joker toxin, the lasso cures her the moment she manages to get her hands on it, which quickly ends in a fight. That said, the best part of the new team up is arguably isn't the action, it's what happens once the lasso of truth is retrieved and Batman and Wonder Woman get the chance to talk once the dust settles. So I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it, but basically we're just running through a lot of DC news, like what's going on at the moment. So we won't particularly spoil that one, even though I might have given some kind of spoiler already. So, but anyway, Batman and Wonder Woman, what's it called? Truth number one is out on sale. See, available on DC on the DC website. You see, so you can go check it out, see what's going on. That's what's going on. So looks good. Absolute Batman looks good as well. So DC been doing really really well. They're not doing bad at all. And plus, we are gonna add one more thing. We're gonna add one more thing, guys. Let me do this. So it says James Gunn, previously known for writing and directing the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, released his first theatrical film as co-head of DC Studios with Superman in 2025. The DCU film debut saw the first appearance of the next generation of the iconic hero portrayed by David Cornswell. The importance of this new universe success put severe pressure on Superman to be a hit, and it did not disappoint. Written and directed by James Gunn, the film was a success critically and commercially. Superman currently sits at 90% critic score and 80% audience score, and has grossed roughly 619 million worldwide, while DC staple character had a great entry into the universe. Films in major franchises always divisive, and some agree. Many fans love the optimism, Silver Age tone from Superman Man of Steel compared to the previous era. However, some miss the darker, more serious tone of Henry Cavill, Zack Snyder era of Superman. The divide between these two groups will always create discourse online. But I think that discourse online is good. I really think it's good. It actually brought some freshness back to the character, where there was a debate around the character again. So that's really good, because we had Superman Light and Superman Dark, and now we realize that we want a bit of both. So recently, critics of James Gunn take have brought up a possible major plot hole in the movie. Ex-users have been debating how Lex Luthor never discovered that Superman was Clark in the film. Users and X argued that the fact that Luthor created an identical clone of Superman and still did not figure out his secret identity. We question. Additionally, Lex breaking into the Fortress of Solitude in the film and acts and retrieve data from Superman computer system showing videos of his Kryptonian parents as well as his earthly family. There is even a frame of Lex Luthor walking through Superman's home base with images of John and Martha being projected in the background. While the image of Clark's parents in the background is harder to explain, I believe the most tend to give more grace to the movies with Superman's type of tone and are usually more critical of small plot issues with ones that promise extreme realism. So yeah, you know what I mean. So there's a little bit of update. So and they're talking about Man of Tomorrow now. So there's gonna season the return of a beloved Superman character in Man of Tomorrow. Wonder who that is. It is scheduled to be released in the United States theaters IMAX next year. Written and directed by James Gunn, the DCU movie serves as a follow-up to Superman. It will see David Quinsett and Nicholas Hoult reprise their respective roles as Superman, Clark Kent, and Lex Luthor. The cast of Man of Tomorrow includes Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Edie Gathicki as Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Isabella Merced, and Askandra Saunders, Hawkgirl as Siler Gizondo as Jimmy Olsen, Frank Grillo as Rick Flag, Sarah Sampaio as Eve Teshmaster, Maria Gabriel as Gabriela da Faria as Angela Spacia, the engineer Lars Edinger as Brainiac, Aaron Perez as Green Lantern, John Stewart, and Adria Arona. Whoa. And Fred's Gunn shared a photo of a sign that reads Mr. Handsome Fan Club. Yeah, Mr. Handsome is cool, man. He's not handsome at all, though. Yeah, that's it. So, there's Mr. Handsome. You know, I seem to get some reflection, guys. It wrote on the chair. So, yeah. So that's loads of DC stuff running up into for 2027. So, Man of Tomorrow arrives at July 9, 2027, and I can't wait. And sorry if I made any mistake in the video. I was really tired and I really could have made mistakes, so you can correct me. But tell me what you like about the DC new universe so far. So Mr. Handsome is a humanoid creature who was created and works for Lex Luthor. Gunn previously said about the character, when people ask me my favorite character from Superman, it might just be Mr. Handsome. Lex created Mr. Handsome in a petri dish when he was 12. He was trying to make a human. He didn't come out so well, but he just might be the only one in the world Lex has any true sentiment for, as evidenced by the photo on his desk. Our Mr. Handsome was portrayed by the wonderful Trevor Newlin. I really, really like the Mr. Handsome character too, man. I really like it. That's why I like James Gunn. I don't really necessarily like the traditional characters. But anyway, guys, I'm out, man, and tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. I'm tired. I've been chatting for half an hour.